Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for video number 2 on your 2 for Saturday. Right here, once again, on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. Thank you for watching, make sure you like the video. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and my other channels, which are down there, you know where, in the description box below. On this channel and my other channels as well. So subscribe to the channels and all that other good shit. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're real, if you're not, please, for the love of God, get some help. And as always, don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Don't forget, and also don't forget to tap and slap that bell. You know what to do with it. And also turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, you're SOL, and you know what that means. Ha ha ha! That's pretty much it. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish. You don't have to, but, you know, it's a free country. But that's pretty much it. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and that's it. And this is your first time watching, you're just floating around YouTube on a late Saturday night. You see my gorgeous, sexy face. And you like the content and all that other good shit. You want more? Hit that bell, turn on all notifications, and don't forget to subscribe right now to this very channel. As we're getting close to 1,250 subscribers. So, we'll see what happens with that. Nice little round number. But it is what it is. I'm not here for subs and to get a lot of views, likes. I mean, don't care. Comments, you know, they're appreciated. But if you're gonna leave me stupid comments, then you're getting blocked. And if you don't like it, well, fuck you, man. That's pretty much it. That's that. But if you're real and you're a real subscriber and, you know, you like the content, hit that subscribe button. And welcome to the party, pal! And I hope and pray you enjoy the ride. Because if not, exit stage left! Or right, or whatever. Just get out of here. Hit that X button and go fuck yourself. Go subscribe to somebody else. You know, with like 5 subs. But it is what it is. We have fun here. We talk real talk. And if you can't handle it, too bad. That's pretty much it. But if you want to be an obsessed jerk, you know, be obsessed for like 14 goddamn years or 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 5 months, whatever. You know, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You don't have to like me, but you will respect me, and you will acknowledge me like the tribal chief. Because I am the tribal god of this godforsaken website. And that's true. Because I'm the last of the Mohicans. I'm the last of the former YWC. It is what it is, and we're gonna keep on going for another 14 goddamn years, or as long as it takes. But we'll see what happens with that, and we move on with that. Gonna move my plate. So I had some dinner, like a little while ago. But in any case, hope everybody had a great Saturday. And hopefully you're having a great weekend, you know. The first official weekend of August. We're about to hit the midpoint of August. Time flies when you're having fun. Pretty soon, you know, all you kiddies out there, you know, go back to school. So, as you know, at that great Twisted Sister video, the summer is over. I am in command. For that outburst, everybody will be getting detention after school in the basement. Pretty much. That's pretty much it. So yeah, school's starting pretty soon for all you, kiddies out there and all you people that are in high school or in college. Back to school, motherfuckers! And, pretty soon, football's coming up, The Jets won today, they are 1-1 in the preseason. They won 20-0 over the Carolina Panthers. We have that. The Niners played today. Trey Lance started the first half, and Sam Darnold, no! In the second half against the Raiders, I don't know if Jimmy G played, and I really don't give a shit. Because Jimmy G can suck a fat cock. He gave us some good years with the Niners, But could not win that goddamn big one in 2020. Fuck. But the refs gave the fucking Chiefs that Super Bowl. Just saying. Just saying. And then, basically after that, Jimmy G got hurt, and then Brock Purdy comes in and almost took the Niners to the promised land until the Dirty Birds cheated. But we'll get them back. We're getting them back week 13. I'll tell you that much. And if they make it to the NFC title game, which they probably will, barring an epic job. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Let me check the 49ers. I think they probably lost this preseason. I could care less. Well, next week they play at home against Denver. And then their final preseason game, once again, in Santa Clara against the Chargers. That game is on the NFL Network. I'll probably watch that. Yeah, it doesn't say what happened today. What happened here? There's no... We don't have a freaking score? Or is it today? Maybe it's today. It's today at 4 o'clock. Oh! Freaking fireworks have been going off, since, 7, 8... No, very... 8 o'clock at night, a couple blocks away. They must be having a party. It's after July 4th. It's August, as of this video, it's August the 13th. And it's still shooting off goddamn fireworks. Well, all the way up till Labor Day, and then after that, probably not so much. Until New Year's Eve. But it is pretty much what it is. Yeah, I think the Niners playing today, actually. I thought they were playing, Sunday. She's like, Sunday! On the NFL Network at 4 p.m. in Allegiant Stadium. I thought they were playing today, but when I'm looking at the Niners website and saying that they're playing today. Oh, good shot! Damn fireworks are going off. What is it, Cody Rhodes coming out? Freaking pyro. But yeah, I think the Niners are playing tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So, I get to watch that game. But it is what it is. That's pretty much it. I may do some Niners post-game stuff on my backup channel. My Shadows Lair backup channel, which is soon to become the main channel. Because still I can't get into that goddamn freaking account. And I think I'm just gonna scrap that channel and start over with the so-called second season of the Shadows Lair. So that's why I got the first 2 videos up, and got a whole lot more coming your way, hopefully this year, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, so that's it. All right. So like I said, I hope everybody had a great weekend, and if not, well, fuck you. That's it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this not late, well, it is kind of late, it's 12:41 a.m. on August the 12th, 2023, or if you're watching from another time zone, or you're watching tomorrow, or whenever you watch this, well, actually, if you watch it tomorrow, it's August the 13th, 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for video number 2 on the main channel. Check out my SmackDown review I did earlier in the day. Link will be down below in the description box, so check it out on time, on cue. Alright, so on this late Saturday night, it is time for your late night AEW Collision review for August the 12th, 2023. We are emanating from one of the premier places in the world. That's the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. Flair country, Horseman country, and well, somebody had Hangman country, and oh boy. And I just like to say, CM Punk once again opens his vagina. Oh boy, that guy cannot shut the fuck up. He's causing more drama than people on this godforsaken website. I'm telling you. He cuts a goddamn promo after the fucking show and starts, he saw the, so Hangman, Greensboro is Hangman country, meaning Adam Page, the Hangman, doing some cowboy shit. And freaking Punk goes off. There's a stupid goddamn promo ripping Adam Page apart even more than he did last year. I thought we were over this. All this fucking drama with CM Punk. And the Bucks and Kenny and Adam Page. I thought we were done with this shit. I guess CM Punk still hates Adam Page. I mean, it is what it is. Can we just get a feud with, Adam Page and CM Punk, let Page beat the fuck out of him? Just to shut him the fuck up? Seriously, Phil Brooks, shut the fuck up! Stop! Just stop the fucking drama. Just go out there, wrestle as the real AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Like, just stop this fucking post-match bullshit that you do. You wore the SAG shirt, the SAG after shirt, which was nice, the whole thing with the TV writers still on strike. That was nice and all, but then you open your fucking mouth, your vagina, and start more problems with people that really don't want to deal with you anymore. I think Adam Page doesn't care anymore about CM Punk. I know the Bucks don't. Kenny probably doesn't give two shits. I think Tony Khan's starting to, I really would have went up to Punk after, after the show. The show was over. He does a post-match promo. I would have. If I'm Tony Khan, I would have went up to Punk after he came into the gorilla, came into the back, and I would have been like, Phil, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, I know you hate the guy, but really, shut the fuck up. I'm like, Phil, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna fucking suspend you, or fine you, or strip you of that goddamn fake belt. Put your foot down, Tony Khan. Come on now. Stop being such a fucking pussy. Stop. But if Punk did this in WWE, he would have been gone. Or at least reprimanded by Hunter. Or maybe Nick Khan, man. I don't know about Steph. Hi, Steph. But, you know. Seriously, Tony Khan. Grow some fucking hair on your balls. I mean, seriously. Like, seriously. So I'm getting sick and tired of seeing things on Twitter like, oh, did you hear what CM Punk said after Dynamite or after Collision? Or in an interview? No, I don't care anymore. I don't care what he has to say. Just let him, just wrestle, that's it. Wrestle, do your semi-decent pipe bombs, and just shut up. That's it. That's it. Wrestle, do a promo, and that's it. Shut up afterwards. Go to the back, do whatever you do in the back, and then go home, call your hot smoking wife AJ Lee, that ass, and do whatever. I don't care. I don't fucking care. That's it. Alright, enough ranting about CM Punk and the aftermath. If you want to see what he said, go on Twitter. That's it. Go look it up on Twitter. So I don't even think it's on YouTube yet. But, you know, I saw it on Deluxe Man's Twitter page, and I watched the whole video. It's like a minute and change. I think it's about a minute and a half. He's just blabbing, blah, 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 blah. Adam Page is a piece of shit. It is what it is. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so let's get to the show. Show was pretty damn good, as always. Collision, I think, is way better than Dynamite. You know, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. On Saturday nights, not a lot of people watch it, you know, because it gets swallowed up by, you know, WWE pay-per-views or what eventually will be college basketball coming up, football on Saturdays, well, mainstream football, and the NFL and the league where they play for pay. That's coming up. The World Series, the playoffs, they're gonna get all swallowed up, and they'll probably get like what they got last week, 380-something thousand views. Ugh. This week they'll probably get a little bit more because there was nothing on. And in 2 weeks, August the 26th, they're taped. So they might get around 500,000-600,000 views. I mean, but we'll see. And then the week after that, September 2nd, they're gonna get destroyed because Payback is the same night as Collision, which is, I think, live from Chicago, because All Out is day after Payback. So I don't know how I think the ratings will just suck that night. It is what it is. It's what you get when you put it on Saturday, thinking you're the WCW Saturday night. And I was all for Saturday. Then I thought about it, I was like, oh, right, forgot. Football, college football, basketball, everything on Saturday night. Such around 8 o'clock. What are you gonna do? Where would you put Collision? Thursday night? Then again, you put it on Thursday night, you know, you get preempted from the baseball playoffs, because, you know, they like, sometimes on Thursdays, hockey playoffs, it's on TNT, basketball playoffs as well, coming up next year. And then it will get swallowed up by the NFL when they have their Thursday night games. Then you think about Thanksgiving. I don't think they're gonna do a Thanksgiving show. They'll probably just take the week off. But it is what it is. I mean, that's what Impact does. So, but it is what it is, and that's it. All right, enough about that. I talked way too long. I apologize. But anyway, so we are live from the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. And our commentary team, as always, well, for one more, I think next week, Kevin Kelly comes back with the finals of the G1, I believe, are tomorrow or, well, in Japan, Monday. So, we got that. I think Ospreay beat Naito! And he has a new belt, by the way. There is no more, well, I don't know if it's gonna be like this belt, but Ospreay changed the IWGP United States title into the IWGP UK title. I don't know how Mr. Obari-san, thinks about that. But I think Ospreay's in the finals. So I think he's going to win it. And then, we'll see if he goes through the rest of the year. And Sonata, who's the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, goes on. Then we can see Ospreay versus Sonata for the world title at Wrestle Kingdom 18. It is what it is. Eddie Kingston had a good run. Didn't get that far, but but he had a pretty good run in the G1. So can't say anything bad about that. His first time in the G1. But he'll tell you straight up, the G1 is probably one of the most grueling tournaments in all of wrestling. It is. It is. It's like a month-long tournament. Every day you're wrestling. Basically about every day. It's crazy. Well, that's what happens when you're in the G1. I'd hate to be in the G1. Wrestling every day for a month. Oof. And you have to wrestle even if you're hurt. So you could have a broken leg and still have to wrestle. Well, maybe if you have a broken leg, maybe they'll just kick you out the G1, but I don't know. But in any case, it is what it is. I love watching the G1. It did kind of come to the States a little bit. Not so much, but I really wish the entire tournament came to the States. But I doubt that'll ever happen. Well, that's pretty much it. But, congrats to Eddie Kingston for putting on a pretty decent run in the G1. And we'll see what happens in the finals. That's it. Alright, so Ian Ricca Boring on commentary with Nigel. Kevin Kelly will be back, I believe, next week, on next week's show. Episode number 10. This is episode number 9 of Collision. So we have Ian Ricca Boring and almost like Caprice. Nigel McGuinness at ringside. So, the main event for tonight's show was for the AEW Trios Championship. We had the House of Black taking on Cmftr. That's CM Punk and FTR, the AEW World Tag Team Champions. So that was the main event. You also had Orange Cassidy, my good friend Freshly Squeezed, Orange Cassidy, taking on Johnny TV, John Morrison, Johnny Impact, Johnny Mundo. It is what it is, coming out with QTV, the lovely Harley Cameron. Oh god, woof. What she looked like tonight? Woo boy. We had that. We were going to hear from Christian! And a whole lot more on Collision. Let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. That I already wasted. Alright, so we got the pre-match promos from the Acclaimed, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, Christian Cage and Luchasaurus, and FTR, well, CMFTR, CM Punk and FTR. They're all ready to go for their matches coming up later tonight. So we start off with the opening sequence. We are live from the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. Pyro goes off. We're all ready to go. And in the ring, we have my good friend, future Hall of Famer, should be in the Hall of Fame by now. That's Tony Baloney Schiavone. So he's in the ring. He brings out Absolute Ricky Starks for a little chitty chat. And we see what happened last week where Ricky whipped the living shit out of 70-year-old Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with his belt. Gave him like 10 lashes and shit. And then we see him with Steamboat's belt. And Shivani looks like he's ready to really, no pun intended, lash out at Ricky, and basically tells Ricky, well, for what you did to Ricky Steamboat, you've been suspended from wrestling for a month. 30 days, my friend. So you're not wrestling for a month. So you're not going to be at all in or all out wrestling. So take your punishment with a grain of salt. That's it. Ricky don't give two shits, because it had to be done. He said, Steamboat did something wrong. That's screw him. And not like that. It had to be punished, so now it isn't my fault. It's not my fault. What are you, Snitsky? Come on now. Anyway, so instead of taking the punishment, he went out and got a manager's license for 30 days because this is my house, and he went off. He was pissed. I mean, legitimately fucking pissed. Shoot promo saying it's like everybody in the back needs to respect me, and this and that. Just going completely off. The fans are like, yes, great, Ricky, come on. So he says, Punk, you got the win last week, but you're not bulletproof. You're not Superman. And then basically he kind of goes into the camera and kind of shoots at Tony Khan, man, and says, you want a war? Well, next week, you're gonna get one. I'm like, oh boy. You pissed off the wrong motherfucker there, Tony Khan. And I can only imagine what he's gonna bring next week. And who's he gonna manage? That's the question. Who's he gonna manage? We'll see. We shall see what happens with that. But next week should be exciting. And see what Ricky Starks does. And how this war is going to begin. That's that. Alright, so I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. And we're off and running on Collision. When we move on. Alright, then we see a video for FTR, Fuck the Revival, and the Young Bucks. Who are going to have finished their trilogy at All In jolly old England for the AEW World Tag Team belts. See what happens with that. Bucks won the first match. They got the belts. And then the second match, FTR got back the belts. Now, this is the third and possibly final match between them in their trilogy. In England, in front of 80,000+ fans. Gonna be epic. Probably like Meltzer's gonna have a, he's gonna have multiple orgasms in his pants that whole show. And we'll see what happens. I think the Bucks are gonna get the belts back. And we'll see what happens with all that. I think they win, and then we'll probably get another rematch at All In Chicago. So there might be a fourth match. But we'll see. We shall see what happens with that. If they do a fourth match, I would do a ladder match with them. Because the Bucks are kind of like the kings of the ladder match. If you haven't seen ladder matches with them back in the day with Ring of Honor. Ladder War 2, maybe? Or the one with the Hardys. Or any ladder matches they've been in. It's just spot fest galore. But we'll see what happens with them at All In 2. That's that. Alright, then we go to our first official match of the night. We have the Acclaimed, Max Caster, and Anthony Bowens taking on the Iron Savages of basically Bear Country, Bear Bronson, and Bear Boulder with, what's his name, Jackie Dice at ringside. So this felt like a Wrestle Pro, Create a Pro match, because both teams started off in Long Island at Create a Pro, and then they have wrestled in Wrestle Pro for a little bit. Well, not a lot. Well, a lot. And other indie promotions here in the New York, New Jersey area. So Max does his rap, about weird stuff. Then Anthony Bowens comes in, does his usual shit. It's like, the Acclaimed have arrived! And he's about to go, Sesame Daddy! And we're like, oh, wait. And then he's like, oh, shit, forgot. Billy Gunn retired. So we know the fans are like, ah! Yeah. And then Bo's like, ah, shit, forgot. But we move on with that, so that's that. Alright, so we get to the match. Did I say Jackie Dice? I mean Jacked Jameson. They're with them. So it's also with Bear Bronson in the ring with Anthony Bowens. Get a headlock. Bronson powers out of that. And then Bowens fires off some right hands in the corner. Tags in, Max Caster comes in. So we got a double team on Bear Bronson, who then tags in Bear Boulder. And then Max Caster tries to do the unthinkable and pick up the big fat Bear Boulder with a fireman's carry, which, no, that's not going to work. Unless you took your steroids this morning. Bowens comes back in, kicks away, gets picked up, and Bear Boulder hits a fall-away slam, Samoan drop, on both men at the same time. That was pretty sick. And sends us to an early picture-in-picture break. And we come back. Caster misses the top rope splash. Bowens comes in off the hot tag clean house. Actually, no, was that Caster? No, I think it was Bear Boulder who missed the splash. Bowens gets the hot tag, cleans house. But then Boulder launches Bowens up in the air for a face plant. And then we get a double spine buster for a near fall. Goes for the electric chair splash, their finisher. It's all loaded up, but Caster makes a save with a missile dropkick. Then he hits the good old-fashioned John Cena AA on Bear Boulder, and then Jacked Jameson tries to come in, but he gets knocked down. Then he hit Sesame Timbers on him, take him out of the situation, and then the Acclaim hits Serial Famousers, I believe, on Bear Boulder. 1, 2, 3. The Acclaim get the win. They're back to their winning ways. Match was meh. Was what it was. And I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. So, pretty decent match for 4 guys that started their career in Long Island, New York at Creator Pro. Getting taught by Brian Myers and Pat Buck. There you go. And that's it. Alright, so I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, the Acclaim say they're back to being a tag team. They're going to try to go back up the ranks in the tag team division. Maybe get the tag team belts back. And they say, we're going to be back wrestling on Dynamite this week. And they still have Billy Gunn's boots. And they say, well, we said goodbye to Billy Gunn, but the fans haven't said goodbye. So, we get all that. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the Acclaimed in the tag team division. Gonna get back the belts? Probably not. I doubt it. But we'll see. Let me move on. Alright, then we go to the back with Lexi Nair and her guest, the Bullet Club. To shoot me for the love of God. So, Bullet Club Gold come in. We have the Gun Club, Austin and Colton Gunn. We have Rock Hard Juice Robinson, and the man himself, the Switchblade, Jay White. They all come in. They say, we're on fire this week. And Jay White says, he kind of makes fun of the Bucks, saying, it's like, well, the greatest brother tag team in all of wrestling is the Gun Club. And he says they challenged the Young Bucks for a tag team match on Dynamite. So that's going to be a good match. So then, I think it was Austin Gunn tells the Bucks, don't bring super kicks to a gunfight. So the Bang Bang Gang, you know, coming for the Bucks and the Elite. They say, I think Jay White said, we're the most, this is the most elite version of the Bullet Club. And I'm like, no. No. Sorry, Jay, I have to tell you that the most elite version of the Bullet Club was the Bucks, Kenny, Adam Cole, Bebe, Hangman, Cody. A couple years ago. Just saying. And AJ. Put AJ in there. I think that was better than the original, the OG Bullet Club with Balor, Bad Luck Fale, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. You know, the Gorillas of Destiny. Then they had Gallows and Anderson. That's OG Bullet Club. But, personally, in my opinion, I think the best Bullet Club version was with the Bucks, Kenny, at the time, AJ, then when Hangman comes in, Cody comes in for a little bit, Adam Cole, baby, for like a couple months, a few months, not a couple months, you know, then they had Yujiro Takahashi, he's in the Japan version of Bullet Club, which I don't even think was still kind of around Bullet Club. Japan, it's not even that good. Not the same Bullet Club we used to know, we knew and loved back in Japan. But now Bullet Club's basically nothing in Japan. You know, Yujiro's still there with, you know, Pieter with that hot muffin ass. Ugh. I haven't seen him in a while. I wonder why. Also, another person I haven't seen is Abe Mio. What are you doing, Taichi? You keeping her hostage? Or was that me? I don't know. God damn. Anyway, I mean, I want to see Abe Mio, and I want to see, you know, her hot ass, and I want to see Pieter's hot muffin ass. I don't want to see have to you know, watch her YouTube channel. You know. Or just look at her Instagram page, and, you know, Abe Mio's Instagram page too, when she just posts a lot of hot fucking pictures. Because she's a model, you know. Her and Pieter are models. You know, I think Pieter was or is or was one of Bad Luck Fale's chicks, girlfriend, whore, whatever you want to call it. Lucky you that Bad Luck Fale, huh? I don't even know who if he's still going out with her, or she's just going out with some other dude. Should be me. But, because you know how I love my Asian chicks, but I love it Rosa more. I love you a long time, Mr. Gilmore. Yes, I do, I know. Mr. Joseph. Oh, Joseph-san. You know, I don't like to eat sushi, the real food sushi, but, I mean, I like that sushi. You know, that Asian food sushi. Ah! I like that, you know, I love hers, too. But, it is what it is. Gotta eat, goddammit, you know? Try the fish. Right, Al? Right, Al? Yeah. Please, try the fish. Not so good, Al. Not so good, Al. Yeah. If you never saw the video for, Buddy Holly by, Weezer, you get that reference. If not, then you think I'm just crazy. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. But it is what it is. Great band, Weezer. That's it. Let me move on. Alright, so we got the Bullet Club, we got the Gun Club, and the Bucks going at it on Wednesday night Dynamite. It's gonna be pretty damn epic. Let me move on. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. I liked how they all of them kind of like saying, "Hey, Lexi, let's go out. We're gonna have a fatal 4-win, you pussy." You know, they didn't say that, but you knew that was coming. They would think of that. I mean, who wouldn't want to bang Lexi Nair? Just saying. Alright, after that, we get a video on Adam Cole, baby, and Maxwell Jacob Fuckknocker, MJF. We're going to hear from them on Wednesday night about their tag team title match for the Ring of Honor tag team belts against Aussie Open. So, I don't know. I still don't understand why that's on the pre-show. I just don't under-fucking-stand that. I don't. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, we move on with that. So we're gonna hear from those two great men on Wednesday night. Should be another epic segment. Or two. Who knows? But who knows what they're gonna do this coming week. That's that. Alright, what match number is this? This is match number 2. We go to the women, surprisingly not at the death slot. Tag team women's action, we have Mercedes Martinez and Diamante of LAX, or formerly of LAX. They take on the resident fun girl, Willow Nightingale, and the TBS champion, Chris Statlander. Match was okay. Nothing great. Starts out with Statlander getting distracted by Mercedes to start, but manages to kick Diamante right in her head. Ouch. But Diamante snaps off a head scissors, but then Willow comes in for a quick splash. She goes for the pounce, but it gets blocked. How do you block the pounce? I guess you can. And then we get the Paradise Lock, which allowed Mercedes and Diamante to pose a little bit. Then they hit a double drop kick on Willow and Statlander. As we go to break, we come back. Willow fights her way out of trouble. Then we get a Spine Buster. To get her out of trouble, and out of more trouble, brings in Statlander to clean house. Cleaning drop kicks all around. We got a drop kick palooza. And then Willow comes back in, and then sends Diamante and Mercedes to the outside, and with them on the outside, Mercedes Martinez takes Diamante, puts her in the Laser Ramon, Razor's Edge, Chico, something happened to this, something happened to you, Chico, you bad guy. He picks her up in the Razor's Edge and tosses her onto Statlander and Willow, and almost came a little bit short. That would have been horrific. Anyway, so he hits that. Then he go back in, and Willow goes off the ropes and hits the pounce! Period. On Mercedes. But then Diamante comes in, hits sliced bread, number 2, on her. And then Statlander comes in, hits a fisherman's driver on her. But then Mercedes Martinez comes back in, and she hits that forearm to the back of the neck, laying the champ out. But then Willow Nightingale sits down on a sunset flip near the ropes. But then Mercedes Martinez pushes Diamante over, and Diamante gets the pin. Mercedes, I should say, gets the pin on Willow with a little bit of help from Diamante doing the Usos, pushing, holding him up, and the referee didn't see it. So we get that. So Mercedes Martinez and Diamante get the win in under 9 minutes. Match was alright. Give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Mercedes was yelling in the camera, I think, to Statlander to try to go after the TBS title. We'll see what happens with that. And we move on with that. Whoops, I went over my notes here. Okay, we go. Back on track. Alright, then we go backstage once again with Lexi Nair. This time her special guest is Madonna. Toni Storm. She looks just like Madonna if you look at her backstage with the hair and everything. Looks like 1990s version Madonna. But anyway, Toni Storm is glad to have Saraya in the women's title match, which we saw on Rampage. So that's I forgot to do my Rampage review earlier today. I'll do it tomorrow before I do my errands and all that shit. But there's your little spoiler for Rampage. So she's happy Saraya is in the women's title match. So it's Hikaru Shida, Toni Storm, and Saraya. So that's a kind of a 2-on-1 against Shida. But this Wednesday night on Dynamite, we got Allie the Bunny taking on Dr. Britt Baker. DMD, baby. So the winner of that becomes the 4th person in the Fatal 4-Way for the AEW Women's Championship. And I believe it will be Dr. Britt Baker, kind of even it out. So basically, it's almost like a tag team match. We got the Outcast, Saraya and Toni Storm, with Ruby Soho probably be outside the ring, against Hikaru Shida and Dr. Britt Baker. You know, kind of like a winner-take-all tag team match. That's what it feels like. And that's pretty much it. So she's all happy about that, but she's kind of been in a vulnerable state as of late, as Lexi was kind of like goading her about it. And she's like, everything will be okay. And then Toni just like gets pissed, and she promises to have, she's like, Lexi, this interview is over, and I'm going to have security escort you out of the building. So then she leaves, and Lexi's like, what's going on? And then she had a duck because freaking Toni Storm threw her spiked heel at her. Who throws a shoe? Honestly. So, I don't think you want to be clocked by a high heel shoe by a woman. God forbid it hits you right in the head. Doink! Ow! We move on with that. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Toni Storm and Saraya and Hikaru Shida, and see what happens on Wednesday night with Britt Baker and Allie. And that's it. Alright, so I gave that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to your Quickie Match of the night. Once again, Samoa Joe, the Ring of Honor TV champion, getting close to 500 days as champ. Longest reigning champ in Ring of Honor history. He's in a non-title match with everybody's favorite person, Andrew Everett, who was on, wasn't he on, no, he was on Rampage, last night. I forgot who he was facing, but he lost. Anyway, so Samoa Joe, squash match against Andrew Everett, where Everett got no offense in, basically got the fucking shit beat out of him, and Joe chokes him out in 77 seconds. Not like he beat Serpentico in like 12 to 14 seconds. This week a little bit longer. I don't know why, but anyway, Joe gets the win. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. Poor Andrew Everett. As I said on Twitter, I said poor Andrew Everett. I feel bad for Courtney Rush, because I think she goes out with him, or married. I think he's going out with him, or she's married to him, or I don't know what it is. But he's always on her. Once in a while, he's on her Twitch streams when she does Twitch. But we all know who Courtney Rush is. That's my demon assassin, my demon bride, Rosemary. Person that gave me the prophecy name and put her stamp of approval on it. Don't believe me? Go to my rant channel. It's right there in black, not even black and white, it's all in color, my friends. It's real. Real tweet. Real retweet. And like. She knows what about the prophecy. She knows about it. That's all I gotta say about that. And we move on. So, poor you, Andrew Everett. So, you get that. After the match, Joe calls out CM Punk again, wanted to get an answer, and basically saying, "Oh, our real world champion is being a real bitch." And then he says, "You're a coward. You're a bitch." He's like, "I came out and gave you the courtesy of telling you that I want another match with you, our 5th match in this epic rivalry." And then tells him what would happen, but now it's time to convince you. Instead of telling you I want a match, I'm gonna convince you to give me a match at All In. I think it's gonna happen. From what we saw at the ending tonight, I think Punk's gonna come out next week and say, "You know what, Joe, you're on." Is it gonna be for the real world title, or is it gonna be a winner take all match? Maybe Punk will get the Ring of Honor TV title that he never ever won. Well, we'll see. And that's that. Alright, we get an all-in rundown after that for the matches that have been announced. I'm not going to go through all that. Just, you can look it up on Wikipedia. It's there. So we move on with that. Alright, after that, we have Christian and Luchasaurus, the real TNT champion. They come out for a chat. Christian calls this the biggest family reunion he has ever been part of, as everyone in North Carolina is all related. So he says North Carolina has its fair share of second best, like Michael Jordan, compared to LeBron James. He calls LeBron the GOAT. Not even close, dude. Jordan would wipe the floor with LeBron. If LeBron was born back in the late 90s, the early 90s, with those dynasty teams that the Bulls had. Forget it. Anyway, and then he says he's better than Ric Flair. Woo! Nick Shaboy, Ric Flair. Man, you love to get that cheap heat, don't you, Christian? So anyway, he says nobody respects me, but the one who disrespects me the most is Darby Allin. How you doing? From Seattle. So he says, Darby, you call yourself, you said that you wear the makeup because you're half dead inside, but if you keep coming after my TNT title, I'll make up the other half for you. And then out of nowhere, we have a man that's well known in the Carolinas. That's Arn Anderson, part of the Four Horsemen, with Flair and any incarnation, of the original Four Horsemen. Flair, Arn, and Ole Anderson, and Tully Blanchard with J.J. Dillon. That's the original. So Arn Anderson comes out with his son, Brock Anderson. And he says, well, this is Greensboro, North Carolina. They kind of know us around here, don't you? Yeah, pretty much. So Arn reminds Christian that Luchasaurus is the real TNT champion. And Christian tells him to get in this ring right now so I can kick your ass like I did a few weeks ago, busting you wide open and all that shit. But Arn's like, well, this was 20 years ago. I would get in that ring, hit the spine buster, his spine buster, and win that belt. But for now, I'm going to let my son get in the ring and basically kick Luchasaurus' ass. So Christian's like, well, I don't give out open challenges, but for this for one night only, I'm going to make it happen. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the TNT title match, Luchasaurus and Brock Anderson. And very nothing to write home about, as kind of a 5-minute squash match. Luchasaurus wins with a clothesline to the back of the head, kind of like the Northern Lariat that Bobby Roode used to hit. We haven't seen Bobby Roode in God knows how long. I did hear that he was backstage doing a producer's role, but we kind of miss him in the ring. I wonder now. I would have loved for him to go to Impact for Impact's 1000th show, so they can reform Beer Money. I'm not going to see that, but I think we will see the reuniting of Cowboy James Storm and Chris Harris of America's Most Wanted. I think we'll see that. Because, I mean, the Dudleys are reuniting. The Beautiful People are reuniting. I mean, we're not going to see AJ, which sucks. Not going to see, I doubt we're going to see Jeff Jarrett. Because he kind of built TNA. We see Frankie Kazarian. I doubt Christopher Daniels. I doubt Joe. Unless Tony Khan makes them go over. Joe was a great part of TNA. Bobby Roode, Team Canada will be there. You know, Scott D'Amore, Eric. I don't know about Eric Young. Eric Young, I think, still there. Eric Young will be there. Rosemary, of course, will be there. I don't know who else is going to be on that show in September for Impact 1000. I believe it's September the 9th. And I think it's in New York City. I think it is September the 9th from what a couple of my friends told me. I think it's somewhere in New York. I don't know where. I think it's in the city somewhere. So if you're going to Impact 1000, you're gonna have a good time. That's pretty much it for that. All right, so Luchasaurus gets the win with the Northern Lariat. 1, 2, 3 retains the belt. So I gave that match 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Darby comes out with his skateboard. And then kind of threatens to do some violence with the skateboard. I guess he had the tacks underneath the skateboard. And he goes up top with the skateboard and comes off hitting Luchasaurus in the back with it as Christian runs for the hills. And then Darby gets on the mic, challenges Christian for a match next week. Then he says, I'm done with you, Christian, Luchasaurus at All Out 4 in Chicago. I'm gonna beat you and become the face of TNT once again. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But we got our actual first match for All Out. So we got Luchasaurus defending the TNT title against Darby Allin. So Darby's got a lot of shit coming up. Got Christian next week on Collision. Then he's got that double coffin match where he teams up with the man called Sting against Swerve and AR Fox at All In. And then the week after, he's got Luchasaurus. So let's... And he got to fight Brian Cage. Damn, that's asking for... That's like a death wish. Fighting Brian Cage, the Machine. Then he's got a coffin match coming up. Then he's got Christian. Then he's got Luchasaurus. Oof. That's crazy. So we'll see what happens with that. Let me move on. Oh, he fought, by the way, he fought Brian Cage on Rampage and won. So, obviously. Let me move on. Alright, then we have Tony Baloney in the ring once again, and his guest this time is Powerhouse Will Hobbs. Comes out with the Book of Hobbs. And he said, last week an opportunity presented itself for All Out, where Collision debuted, and QT was like saying, well, I got a big opportunity for you at All Out 4, if you want to come back with us. And I was like, I don't want to have nothing to do with you guys. So Hobbs has not found any peace for the last few months because he's been dealing with that QTV shit, you know, losing the TNT title, losing in the Owen Hart tournament, blah, blah, blah. So over the last few months, he went back home and found the one thing that means something to him, and that is the Book of Hobbs. So he says, I'm writing chapter 2 of the book called Redemption. So he says, the only way to get redemption is to call out the Redeemer. So he calls out Miro. Miro smash CJ Petty, pussy. Yeah. So I'm like, oh shit, he just called out Miro? Oh, fuck. So Miro comes out, but then he gets jumped by Aaron Solo and Captain Caveman, Nick Camarado. Beat him down on the outside of the ring. They throw him inside the ring. They do a little bit more damage to him. But then Hobbs doesn't appreciate that, as Miro takes them out, but then Hobbs comes from behind, hits that sick spine buster on him, leaves him laying, and that's pretty much it. So, looks like at All Out, we got a second match, and that's Will Hobbs versus the Redeemer Miro, and that's going to be a big, beefy men slapping the crap out of each other match. I'm in for that match. We'll see how that goes. And we move on. Alright, so I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, then we get a rundown of what's going to happen on Dynamite and next week on Rampage, as we have Fight for the Fallen all week next week, and the proceeds go to the families of that horrific event in Maui, in Hawaii. I really feel bad for those people in Hawaii. They lost everything. The freaking island is gone. Cars dismantled, houses gone, restaurants gone. Basically, you look at the news and everything that happened on the great island of Maui. Gonna be a long road ahead to rebuild for those people in Maui, but Tony Khan, being the great man that he is, want to do the good thing, and then Fight for the Fallen was supposed to be the week after this coming week, and then Fyter Fest was during All Out week, during Labor Day week, but he moved it up, and we're gonna get Fight for the Fallen this Wednesday night, Friday night, and next Saturday night, which is great. And then the week after that, which is the go-home show for All In, and that's going to be Fyter Fest. So I like what Tony Khan did, moving them up, and all the money that they get, all the proceeds will go to Maui. So, good man, Tony Khan. Good man. And that's pretty much it. Also, if you're in the New York area, the Queens, New York area, or just the New York area, September the 20th is AEW Grand Slam at Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium. So, that's going to be good. Dynamite, Rampage. Don't know about Collision. I think Collision might be somewhere else. Might not be at Arthur Ashe Stadium. I would have had all 3 shows there. But I don't, it's gonna be in September. It's well after the U.S. Open, that tennis tournament. So maybe, they're gonna tape Dynamite and Rampage the same fucking night. So I don't know about Collision. So they could do 3 shows in the same week. Maybe September the 23rd, I believe. That's a Saturday. They could do Collision, unless it's going to be maybe like in New Jersey, maybe at the Prudential Center. The Rock, We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But September 20th, AEW Grand Slam for Dynamite and Rampage. So get your tickets now, because they're going to be gone. They're probably gone now. Who knows? Am I going? No. I would love to, but I got other things to worry about, and that's bills. So probably gonna save for maybe besides saving for the In This Moment concert that after Thanksgiving, I gotta save up for Christmas. Getting the missus her Christmas gift and everything, and I gotta worry about bills to pay for the rest of the year. And then maybe Ring of Honor comes back to New York for Final Battle. Maybe I'll get tickets to Final Battle. But right now, kind of saving up for mostly bills and possibly getting VIP for the In This Moment New Year's Day Einstein Kills and Avatar concert. But that's like 3 months from now. So I got a long way to go. So hopefully I have enough money for the VIP for that night. And maybe some wrestling shows coming in November and maybe December, but we'll see. Alright, so we got that for this week on Dynamite and next week on Collision. And then, good good old JR, hot dog barbecue sauce. He comes out to call the main event. And that man is a legend. Good old JR. So he's there. He's on commentary with Ian Ricka Boring and Nigel McGuinness. As we go to your main event of the evening for the AEW Trios titles, we have the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and the man who's just got engaged to Rhea Ripley, mommy, Dom Dom is not too happy about that. So they come out with the lovely Julia Hart, and they defend the belts against CM Punk and the AEW World, the real World Champion CM Punk, and the AEW Tag Team Champions, FTR, Fuck the Revival, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood. This was a pretty good match. It's also with Punk and Buddy Matthews. I'd like to see them go one-on-one. They start off, and fans, like, let's go, Buddy, let's go, Punk, get that. Then a basic headlock doesn't get Punk very far. So then he tags in Cash Wheeler for another headlock takeover. But that gets then his momentum gets broken up. Then they stare at each other for a little bit. And then they start working on the arm, cranking over the arms. And then Dax Harwood comes in for a snap suplex. And then a basic leg drop gets a near fall. And then the big man, Brody King, comes in for an epic encounter with Dax Harwood. That was pretty nice. Dax chops away the big man, adds a basement dropkick. And then CM Punk goes to the top, but dives over Brody, the clothesline Buddy Murphy. And then we get the epic meeting of CM Punk and Malachi Black. Oh, I love to see them go one-on-one. Please, make that happen. So they stare down at each other, then they sit down Indian style, the fans went nuts. And then FTR comes in, and Brody and Buddy come in, and then Punk and Malachi get up, they stare at each other, then they start beating the fuck out of each other as we go to break. We come back, Malachi knocks Dax down, grabs a basic 1905 chinlock, but Dax fights his way back, but then Brody King takes care of that momentum. Malachi misses the big spin kick to the head. I think he was trying for Black Mass, and missed. And Dax hits a DDT. Gets the hot tag to CM Punk. As JR gives his usual lament about the DDT not finishing anybody off. Well, he's not Jake the Snake. Jake Roberts, used to do the DDT and finished everybody off back in the day. So anyway, Punk tries to hit the GTS on Buddy Matthews, but Buddy slipped out of it. Punk drops him, but Julia Hart causes a distraction, which lets Malachi to crotch CM Punk. Brody hits one hell of a cannonball in the corner. As we go to another break, we come back. Punk still in trouble as Buddy grabs another rest hold. Punk fights his way back to the feet, hits a quick GTS, but Buddy was near the ropes, and but eventually Punk gets the hot tag to Cash Wheeler, and then all 6 men are in the ring. The house gets knocked to the outside, which leaves Cash Wheeler to hit a big-time dive. They go back in. Brody King suplexes FTR down. Tries to superplex both the men down, but Brody King in turn gets superplexed. And then Punk goes to the top rope, goes for the Macho Man elbow. Yeah, dig it. And he hits that, not like the Macho Man, because he's the innovator of the elbow drop. Oh yeah. Well, ain't that right, Miss Elizabeth? That's right, Andy. So he hits that for a near fall. And then we get a little bit of a rest period. Everybody needs to take a breath. Dax Harwood hits the Bleen Buster on Buddy Matthews. And then Malachi Black and CM Punk kick the crap out of each other. Knock themselves down. And everybody's down. Fans going nuts. Then we got a top rope headbutt. I think it was by Dax Harwood. Hits Brody. And then Punk hit a dive to the outside. In between all this was chaos near the end. And then we see Samoa Joe appear in the crowd, takes Punk over the guardrail, chokes him out. And then Julia Hart once again causes another distraction, which leads to Brody King hitting one mean lariato. I forget. I think it was on Dax. Goes to the cover. 1, 2, 3. The House of Black retain the AEW Trios Championship in almost 27 minutes. But pretty damn good match. I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. And then Punk gets choked out. Joe leaves. And then Punk eventually wakes up. And he's like, oh, fuck. You know? And that's pretty much it. So 3.5 out of 5 stars for that. Epic match. And more pyro going off. 1:42 in the goddamn morning. Don't people get it's after July 4th now? I know it's the summer. You know, summer's almost it's gonna be over in about, well, in 4 or 5 weeks officially. But you know, Labor Day weekend's coming up in 3 weeks. So, you know, get your fireworks out of the way, you know, as quick as possible, I guess. It is what it is. Alright, so that is it for Collision. Pretty decent show. I gave the show 7.25 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you motherfuckers thought of the show down below in the comment section. And don't forget to smash that like button to death. Hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and my other channels. Links are all down below in the gobbledygook. Follow me on social media if you dare. We gotta be real. If you're not, go fuck yourself. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video I do, which will probably be tomorrow. Once again, here on the Kill the Demons channel with your AEW Rampage review. And that'll be it for the weekend. And we'll be right back, once again, here on the channel with your Monday Night Raw review after Raw on Monday night. And that's pretty much it. As we continue on our road till Labor Day. And all those great pay-per-views coming up, all in 2 weeks. And then we got Payback, Labor Day weekend, September the 2nd and September the 3rd is All Out 4 in Chicago. And then, basically, the summer will be over. And that's pretty much it. And then, as we hit September, we got Grand Slam in New York, well, in Queens, New York City, September the 20th and 22nd for Rampage. And then we got September the 30th, NXT No Mercy in California. And then the week after that, as we turn the calendar, to October, we got Fastlane, October the 7th, I believe. And then later on in October, we got on Halloween night, Halloween Havoc. Hopefully, I don't know when Halloween Havoc is going to be, but I would think that WWE will do Halloween Havoc on Halloween night. When it's on Tuesday night, why not? So we'll see what happens with that as we get there. And we move on with all that. Alright, everybody, I'm going to bed. It's 1:45 in the morning. I got things to do tomorrow. I hope you do too, and if not, well, find something to do. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, check out my SmackDown review. Link down below in the description box. And that's pretty much it. Alright, have a great weekend, everybody. I will see you guys early tomorrow afternoon for my Rampage review. And that'll be it for the weekend. And I'm going to be doing after that, I'll be doing my Sunday activities, Sunday dinner with my folks. And the missus, of course. And that's pretty much it. Just keep going. Keep going until the wheels eventually come off. Which ain't going to be anytime soon. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your coat. And if you're not down with that, for 14 years, I said basically the same goddamn thing with my epic fucking outro that nobody can beat. If you're not down with all that for 14 years and counting, you motherfuckers better know it. If you're not down with that, I'm sorry, but fuck you, man. That's it. That's it. That is it. I'm out of here. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Until next time. Peace, bitches.